All right, so here we have a 2014 Chrysler Town & Country. We're going to be doing headlights. To get to the headlights, we're going to have to remove the bumper. Right, so we're starting off under the vehicle. So this vehicle, we should have some push pins right here to remove. We'll go ahead and replace them once we put it back together. All right, so we have a couple push pins there. Now we need to do our inside of our fender wells to release the bumper. All right, so here we are in the inner fender well. All right, so looks like we already have some bolts missing for this side too. There should be 2 Phillips head screws here. All right, and then we have a 10 millimeter right here, so we'll go ahead and remove that 10 millimeter. All right, so now that we got this side, we'll go ahead and do this same thing on the other side, remove our 2 screws and our 10 millimeter. All right, so we need to remove this attachment. It looks like it's a zip tie. There should be a push pin right there. We'll go ahead and just cut this zip tie. So we want to go ahead and unplug our fog lamp. So you just want to release our clips. All right, we want to do the same thing on the other side. All right, so here we are back on the top side of the grill. So we have 2 10 millimeter bolts we need to remove from here. We should have some push pins right here. They are missing, but there'll be some push pins we put back. All right, so we'll go ahead and remove our 10 millimeters. All right, so now we want to pop our bumper off, so we just want to pull out our clips right here. So we just kind of wiggle and pull out. All right, so it doesn't look like it's wanting to let go of our clip. Let me get a little screwdriver and kind of help it out. All right, so just kind of going to lift up on some of these tabs here to release it. Hopefully. All right, so we just got to figure out. Oh, there it goes, clips back in. All right, we're going to go ahead and do that to the other side. All right, we'll go ahead and pull our bumper off. All right, so here we have the headlight. The headlight has 3 mounting 10 millimeter bolts. We're going to go ahead and take those out and see if we can get it out. We may have to remove this little plastic, what held the bumper in and stuff. So we'll go ahead and remove those tins for the headlight, see where we're at. All right, it doesn't look like it. We're never going to be able to lift it out. All right, so we want to go ahead and remove this bracket too. All right, so we have 1 bolt here and the wire hold down, and 1 bolt over here. All right, so that's enough. There are some bolts over here. Looks like we'll have enough room now just to remove our light. All right, so we have some connections in the back. All right, so here we have our new headlight assemblies that we got from Auto Parts Direct to You. All right, so the things we need to do, we need to remove all of our lighting plugs and our light bulbs and transfer them over to our new ones. All right.
So we just want to twist them and they'll pop right out. This would be a good time to replace them if they don't work. We'll go ahead and put them in, make all of our electrical connections and check it. Yeah, so we're ready to put our headlights back in. All right, so we do have a lot of wiggle room. What we want to do is we just kind of want to center it up. We want to make sure that we get a good line on our fender. That would be the best way to get it pretty lined up. So we'll go ahead and snug these up just a little bit to hold it in place. All right, we'll go ahead and do a couple other ones. Okay, so we're just doing our best to line it up. If we have to readjust it, we'll go ahead and do that. A little too tight, I guess. All right, I like the way that looks out here. I think we just need to pick up this side. There we go. All right, so we'll go ahead and tighten those down in that position. All right, so now we'll go to the other side and do the same thing. All right, so now we're ready to put our bumper back on. Go ahead and line up our two 10mm bolts first. You know, making sure it sits in our grooves for that headlight bracket. All right, so I just still have them kind of loose so we can wiggle it around. All right, so we want to go ahead and make sure our bumper's back in our little bracket. All our clips are lined up, and then we'll just push it right in. All right, we're going to go ahead and put our 10mm bolt back in our bracket here. All right, we'll go ahead and do the same thing to the other side. All right, so go ahead and tighten our top bolts down. All right, so here we have a little push pin kit that we got from Auto Parts Direct Use. So we'll go ahead and replace all the push pins that were missing when we started. or in case you had a problem, you broke one or whatnot. All right, so we just want to kind of find the size that fits. That's a little big. All right, there we go. Push that down. All right, so we were missing some screws. I do have some other ones I'm going to go ahead and throw in. So we'll go ahead and put our 2 screws in on our bumper stuff. Yeah, I'm going to go put these other 2 screws on the other side. All right, so we want to go ahead and plug our fog lights back in. All right, and then I have a little push pin. We'll go ahead and pin our ender fender wheel back up. All right, so now we're ready to reattach our bottom. I can see where our broken clips are. Let me go ahead and pull them out. All right, so we want to go ahead and get our bumper hooked up underneath these little clips. We'll go ahead and replace all those push pins now. All right, so we're ready to test our lights, make sure everything is good. All right, so we're all set with this. We'll go ahead and get it all cleaned up and get it back to the customer.